All right, everyone. So next up, we've got the Thousand Suns here taking on my Tyranids. So Tortoise is down from Reach Gaming to take on Basement Wargaming here. So it's going to be very exciting. If you already saw it, we got the Snurgle, one and only, taking on the Tyranids in another battle report. You can click the link right up in there and check it out. But for this one, I'm going to introduce what I've got today. So a little bit switch up from the last one. Is Crusher Stampede again in Leviathan. We got a Battalion here, so we have Swarmlord with Catalyst Paroxysm. Then we have a Neurothrope Alpha Beast with my Redeploy and Swarm Leader, so going more traditional with that, as well as having Aggressive Surge to get some extra attacks on my big baddies. 6 Hive Guard, 3 units of Warriors, 2 with Bioweapon Bond, the ones that are like not special posed or the Bioweapons to make it easy. Maleceptor with Focal Essence, Dimachaeron, a Harpy, Barbed Heirodule, and then just 4 Raveners just to kind of zip about and do some stuff. So that is it for 2,000 points of Tyranids. We're going to see how this list fares out compared to the other one. I ran this before, but then the points updates came out and really affected the Hive Guard and the Dimachaeron. So we'll come back after we check out the Thousand Suns.
All right, we have ourselves 2,000 points of Thousand Suns. We're running in at 1,999 points on the nose there. For our Warlord, we have Ahriman on a disc of Tzeentch. He is going to have 3 spells: Glamour of Tzeentch, Presage, and Weaver of Fates. He's going to be into the Warlord, so he's going to have Otherworldly Presence as his Warlord ability, which allows me once per game to use a 3-up invuln instead of 4-up. So that'll come in handy. Next, we have ourselves Infernal Master with Glimpse of Eternity and Malefic Maelstrom as his Infernal packs. His spell is going to be Emperor Guidance. He's going to have the Umbralific Crystal as his relic, which will allow me in my movement or in my command phase to crack that open and then teleport a unit somewhere on the board within 9 inches of another enemy unit. We're also going to have a Disc Sorcerer here, Disco Stew. He is going to have an Infernal Bolt Pistol. He's going to have 3 spells known because he's going to be the Lord of Forbidden Lore. So I'm spending some CP to make him a Warlord as well. He is also going to have Doombolt, Tzeentch Firestorm, and Gaze of Hate as his abilities. And he's Rahadi, so he can cast 3 and deny 1. Then we're going to have a Rhino, which is going to have Havoc Launcher and Bolter. Then we're going to have ourselves a Defiler here. It's going to have the Scourge Flail, Battle Cannon, Twin Last Cannon, and Crab Claws. And then we're going to have ourselves another Defiler over here. Pretty much kitted up the same way, except instead of the Flail, he's going to have Twin Heavy Flamer. We're going to have a Decimator with dual Soul Burner Petards. Forge Fiend with Twin Hades Heavy Auto Cannons, and then Ectoplasm Cannon on his mouth there. And then we have 2 Helldrakes, both with Bale Flamers. As far as my troop choices go, I have 1 squad of Flamers. He is going to spend 1 CP to get the Incantium, so he's going to have the Relic Staff. And then we have 2 other squads, both kitted up the same way. They're going to have Icons of Flames on all 3, and they're all going to have Soul Reaper Cannons and Bolters. Their spells, pretty simple spells going around there. For the Gold squad, they're going to have Pyrrhic Flux. And for the Red squad, they're going to have Desecration of Worlds, ooh, scary. And then for the Red squad, oh, that was the Red squad. Purple squad, they're going to have Gaze of Hate as well. So that's my list for you guys. Check her out. Yes.
Everyone, here's the table we're playing on. So it's Recover the Relics from the GT 2022 Nachman pack. So there's 6 objectives in total. Deployment, it goes up this way. And then for the primary, secondary objective, I'm just going to keep referring to them as that. It's 3 victory points if you can kill an enemy unit. So just big incentive to kill things, which I think for both our lists is great. And then for the terrain as well, quickly highlighting that for anyone not familiar or new to our videos, we just count these as scalable, obscuring, of course, and then these are obscuring. And then these are just considered runes right out of the rulebook. To be in the rune, you have to be underneath. This is a better way to look at it right there. And then everything else is just true line of sight. And this little piece here is a mechanical thing. So shooting through this way is -1 to hit, except everything's going to be coming this way. So I don't think it'll come into play too much. So we're going to roll off now, find out who gets to pick deployment zones, and then come back after that. A 2 to a 6. Oh, those Wrath Reach dice. Let's check them out right quick.
Bam.
So custom Wrath Reach dice, as well as you can check out the objective markers. You can see the Basement Wargaming 3d6 objective markers and the Wrath Reach ones. So take a look at that in the very cool battle border as well. So you can check out the link in the video description below. I'm going to include the Wrath Reach link as well, so you can support both channels if you want to check out the objective marker. So we'll come back after we deploy. All right, so we've gone ahead and deployed. Thousand Suns chose this side over here with my old Nids stuck over on this end. In terms of secondaries, I went with, to the last, it'll be my Barbie Hive Guard and the Dimachaeron over that way. And I also took Bring Them Down and what's the other one I took? To the last. That was it. So to the last, Bring Them Down. And Engage, that was it. And then on the Thousand Suns side, they took Wrath of Magnus, Bring Them Down, and Banners. The old Banners going high. So look at my deployment. We have a unit of Warriors, Raveners. It's a big party here. 3 Warriors, Barbed Heirodule, Hive Guard, Maleceptor, my Harpy, Dimachaeron, Swarmy, Warriors, and I also forgot to put in my Trigon Prime. So we were playing 2 games back to back. I just switched the list up, forgot to grab him. So he's here. He is Biomorphic Carapace, if you're wondering, and Murder Size. And then we have over on this end, we've got some Rubric. Is that Rubric? I think it's
Rubric Marine?
Yeah, Rubric. The Helldrake, Double Defiler. Is that Armin?
That is Armin.
That is Armin himself, right down in there. Yep. Then over this way, more Rubrics. A Sorcerer. Is that?
That's Infernal Master.
An Infernal Master. There we go. Then we have Rhino, Disco Stew hanging there, and then Decimator, and then another Helldrake, and that's it. All right, so we're gonna roll and find out who's getting to go first. Big roll, a 4, 2, a 3. Thousand Suns get to go first, so not as lucky this time around, but I can withstand anything. All right, movement is done. So I got a Helldrake coming at me. I have another, I have another Helldrake coming at me. And then over this way, the Defilers just coming forward, still holding hands too, even after moving. They're insecure. They're insecure. And then the Rubric guys here throwing up a banner on this side with Armin hanging about. Same from here, banner thrown up there. Guys jumped out of the Rhino, threw a banner up there. The Decimator and the Forge Fiend. Mauler Fiend's the close one, right? The Canadian one?
Yeah.
There we go. And then the Disco Boy jumping up top, hanging. And that's it for movement. We're going to come back after the Psychic and shooting and see if I can wither the Psychic tide. Folks, so if you're a Thousand Suns player, rejoice. If you're a Tyranids player, do not rejoice yet. Dimachaeron is gone. Did a whopping 12 wounds with the Disco Lord over there. Disco Stew coming in hot. So 12 wounds in the Psychic phase. Quite a bit of damage coming through. Some really good rolls on that part. And then the Trigon dropped down to 5. Yeah. Some really good rolls again coming through with the Decimator. That was, the Decimator dropping some pain on him. And then losing 2 Warriors from a las cannon from this Defiler over this way. And then I think it was Ravener took a wound from the Helldrake, so not too bad over there. And then a Warrior taking 2 wounds from that Helldrake. So not too major, but some amazing psychic abilities going off, really kick-starting the Thousand Suns side of it. So we'll see how I can answer that. Is I lose my to the last with the Dimachaeron. I knew that was probably going to be coming anyway. Ideally, I'd like him to have hit first and done something, but that's okay. Some points there, and Bring Them Down points scored as well for the Thousand Suns. But and also you get your prime. That was the other thing too. I had to have him live your primary because that was your 3 points. Had he have lived, Yeah, and he pretty much almost made it. It was pretty close, but he killed him by like 1 or 2 extra wounds. But he held on. But that's it. We'll move into turn 1. Tyranid, see how I can answer here. Alright, so we've completed our movement with the Tyranids. So Warriors moving up, grabbing objective. This one moving back here just to kind of zone out if anything wants to teleport in the back end. At least keep them away from the objective. Focal Essence, the Hive Guard, as well as getting rerolls. And Barb is +1 to hit. Over this way, the Trigon got +1 hit, being a little bit weaker. And then the Harpy's going to go over this way. Gonna chase that Helldrake down, slam into his back there, take him out. Because I positioned these guys, so I mean, my Hive Guard can get shoot. It's impossible to stop that with the Helldrakes, as I want to focus more on the other vehicles. But they can't get charged if I take out that one. And then the Harpy can at least tag it and then keep it for being pesky. And then the Raveners went through. Their role in this list is very tough with the mission as well as what I'm facing. So they're going to come through. Hopefully we'll tag up one of these guys, just keep them busy, just kind of sacrifice their lives for that, because at this point they're not really good for a whole lot else. They'll get chewed apart in shooting next turn. So we'll see if we can tag them, survive at least, and stop the shooting coming through from one of the Defilers. So we'll come back after Psychic and Alright, so that's the end of the shooting. So a bit of return damage coming through between the Hive Guard and the Barbed Heirodule. Took out that Defiler, and then the Hive Guard double tapped along with the Raveners, doing enough damage to take out that Forge Fiend. As well as, what's the Helldrake at right now? He's at 9. So the Harpy coming in and doing some damage a little bit. But that's it. We're going to go into some charges now. Got my Trigon who moved with the Swarmlord, and then he's going to fly up and attack him. And then my Ravener's actually going to attempt to charge in here and just tie him up, hopefully. So we'll see. All right, we'll be back after. Right, that ends the turn. So quite a bit of damage returned here and some good plays coming through, thankfully. I got this guy tied up with the Raveners. The Transhuman came in clutch. It would have been at least 3 extra wounds coming in that I would have to try and save on a 5-up, but only lost 1. And that's huge too, because that also keeps their engage alive. Trigon came in and minced up the Decimator, that's what it is, and then consolidated enough so he's in that quarter, so I'm getting 3 for engage, and then I whiffed hard on my breakthrough, doing a single wound to him. So he's down to what, 6?
Down to 6.
6, so yeah.
7 technically.
Oh yeah, heal. So had that have gone off a bit better, I would have potentially taken him out. But alas, it's not too bad, as it was a pretty good answer back for losing that Dimachaeron. But we'll move into turn 2 for the Thousand Suns and see what they can do. All right, movement is done for the Thousand Suns, getting 2 of the primary objectives, hold 1, hold 2. So looking at movement, this thing landed. Armin jumped in front to assist with the Raveners slithering about. This guy just moved over this way, as well as the Rubrics moving up on the objective. Disco Stu jumped down from the top there and landed in the middle. Rhino just moved over to support on that side. That Helldrake landed, yes? Yeah, he did land there, yes. And then these guys cracked the crystal and boom, there they are. They were there the whole time. And that's it. So we're going to go into Psychic and Shooting. So Psychic and Shooting done. I lost my Trigon, although he did tank quite a bit of damage. So he's gone thanks to some Psychic might coming through this way. Ended up losing a Warrior to shooting from some Flamers right over this way. Zip. And then over here, the story is I got 1 Ravener living, surviving through the Fire Command. Can he survive? I did generate a CP, so I could transhuman him if I choose, but I don't think I will. We'll see when this thing attacks, but he's done his job more than enough. Lost a Warrior and 1 guy there. And then over this way, lost a Hive Guard and 1 down to 1. So not too bad, still got 5 to shoot with. And generating that CP means I can potentially double tap. And you did a wound to my Harpy. So we're going to go into the ongoing combats and potentially some other charges maybe, and come back after that. So that's it for the turn. So what happened here, the Helldrake, it's in combat there. We just kept it out just because it's easier to maneuver everything, but it's against that Warrior, and that Warrior lived. The poor Ravener was handily taken out by Araman, finally freeing up that Defiler. And then over this way, the Harpy did 3 wounds. It's down to 4 on the Helldrake and got 2 in return from the Helldrake. And then none of the other charges went off, thankfully for me. These guys tried to come this way along with that way. But that is it. So we're going to move into Tyranids. Turn 2. All right, so that is movement done. So this Warrior came over. He's fully committed to blocking. He doesn't have any Synaptic links. Barbie came over. He has enough line of sight that he can fire some shots into that Defiler, as well then charge into the Helldrake. And then over this way, the Hive Guard receive buffs from the Maleceptor and the Neurothrope, and Maleceptor move over to Smite and Deny Wrath of Magnus. Hive Crown got buffed as well for +1 to hit. Then Swarmlord is moving up to get rid of that stinking old disco boy. And that's it. If he'll see if he can stand it. So we'll come back after Psychic Shooting is done. Took out the Defiler here with the combined might of the Barbed Heirodule and the Hive Guard firing in. For Psychic Powers, I took out 2 guys back here with these guys. Got the 4-up invul off on the Barb. Also got a bonus attack. Was it... No, I didn't actually, sorry. I rolled really good in the Harpy, but I didn't actually damage the Helldrake. And then over this way, Swarmlord double moves so we can go in and duel that Sorcerer. Hive Guard spent the last 2 CP ahead to take the guy off their back objective. And that is it. We're going to go into some charges. The Barbed Heirodule is going to charge into the Helldrake there, and then Swarmy's going to fight that Disco Lord, who I don't care for. So we'll come back. That ends the turn. So the Sorcerer was taken out by Swarmlord over on this side. No return damage coming in. He piled into the Flamers just so that way they couldn't overwatch and not flame me next turn. Barb came in and took out the Helldrake on this side. Then over this way, the Maleceptor did a wound to one of those guys, and the Helldrake is down to 2 now. So the Harpy is just chipping away at him. But that's it for the turn. So scoring a few more for taking out some vehicles. And that's it. We're going to move into Thousand Suns. Turn 3. All right, so we just wrapped in the movement as our man was the only thing that moved around. Psychic Powers, not a whole lot happened here. Denied pretty much everything, and then Swarmlord Feel No Pain did. These guys teleported out though, so big moment there is they could be a big turn for this because I did generate a CP. So I did lose that objective, but we got some Flamers in the backfield now to flame into my Hive Guard, as well as the Bale Flamer to potentially harm my Neurothrope. So my backfield a little bit contested, so a little bit of trouble coming through on that way. But that's it. We're going to come back after the all of the shooting. That was the end of the Psychic, but just to wrap that up. So shooting is done. I lost 3 of my Hive Guard altogether. Over this way, just some charges going down. These charging there. And then the tanks going in for him, so he's in. And then are these guys attempting a long bomb? Alright, so we'll capture this just while we're here. Some Wrath Reach dice. Does it sell? Oh my good Wrath Reach dice, folks, everyone. Check out the link in the video description and visit Wrath Reach. And yeah, my goodness. My goodness, yep. Showman. Alright, so that is it for the turn. So the Rhino, the Swarmlord, whiffed hard on his roll. So only 3 wounds remaining there. Then over this way, my warrior lived with 1 wound. Then with that huge charge coming in on the Neurothrope, dropping him down to 1 wound. Yeah, so that's pretty huge. And then over this way, a wound from the Maleceptor onto those guys, and 1 wound taken in return. And that's it for the turn. So we're going to move into Tyranids turn 3. So this game is definitely not over yet. Lots of damage done on both sides. So very interesting. We'll come back and see what it looks like after turn 3. Right, folks, that's the end of the Tyranid turn here, so everything was pretty quick and what happened. So recapping it, the Harpy flew up over this way, shot into Armin, did a few wounds to him, and then charged in, used Breaking Through, and slammed him off the objective, clearing that. Swarmlord smited the Rhino, and it blew up. He took a wound, and then he used his move again to throw down that banner, so all the banners are gone. Back here, the Barbed Heirodule fired at the Helldrake. It exploded, killed off a couple guys, killed my Neurothrope, sadly, and did a wound to my Hive Guard. Then Barbed Heirodule charged in, killed off all but 1 of those guys. And the Maleceptor as well, killing off another 1 of the guys with some Psychic Power. That's it. So we're going to move into Thousand Suns turn 4 and rack up. So that's into Thousand Suns turn 4. It was all pretty quick, so just sticking it all together now. These guys moved up and charged into the warrior, killing him off. But before that, they did some shooting, killed off 1 of my Hive Guards. Still have 1 left. And then over this way, the warriors also took some bolted fire, down to 2 wounds. My Maleceptor's down to 1 wound, and there's 1 sorcerer remaining. Barbie ate up the last guy there, and that's it. So, getting some points on the board for killing things for the primary, secondary type thing. And that's it. So we're going to move into Tyranids Turn 4. So we're gonna call it there. That's the end of it. The Barbed Heirodule finished off the final guys there, and then Maleceptor finished off the fellows over there. So the end score is 91-42 for the Tyranids. We just had a quick chat about the game. A lot of it for the Tyranids ran away in turn 3, and the secondary choice, I think, with 1,000 Suns. I mean, if they had their hindsight, their 1,000 Suns, if we that could pass over into real life.
Future self.
Just some tough ones. Wrath of Magnus was a challenging one. He had to send the guys away from there, and then I put them in smite range, but staying there would have been a death sentence for them. So little things like that was could have changed it up, as well as what was the other one? Banners. He said was kind of, yeah. I'm finding thus far for the new mission pack though that I find the third objective's a hard one. I don't know if you're finding the same.
I find that the games are more of competitive.
They
I
are,
guess
yeah.
I guess that's the nature of having a grand tournament pack, is to be competitive.
Yeah.
But like, I find so far after watching a bunch of the games that they're a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah,
like,
they're definitely.
Like you know, coming on turn 2 and see someone who's 50-10.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Kind of just know what's going to happen at that point. Just throw it down.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was fantastic. Thank you so much for coming up. I'll be returning next Sunday. It is for my game. Yes, against
Reach Invitational.
Yes. So round 1 of a stream tournament. I'm going to be taking on the Iron Hands. So hopefully can make it past them and advance to round 2. I want to do it not. I just want to play more. I just want to come back. But yeah, so it should be fantastic. So amazing. Thank you so much for coming up, and we'll hopefully have you back here in the basement again soon. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the next Bat Rep.